Hey, my name is Victor Lucas. Welcome to EPN. We bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks in a large part to our pals at the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, Vancouver Film School. Today's rundown is dedicated to Timberwolf, who had some very kind things to say about me and my family, and also his PS4 Pro with Destiny 2. This rundown is all yours. The huge impact of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is being felt all over the world. With the online Battle Royale game becoming the most popular title on Steam, many other game makers have started to borrow the same concept, namely dropping players into huge maps and then having them fight to the death until one is left standing. The new online shooter Fortnite from Epic Games is getting a Battlegrounds style mode called, what else? Battle Royale, which in the developer's own words is directly inspired by Battlegrounds. The new Fortnite mode will be free to play, and best of all, it will be available as a standalone game, so you don't need to own the main Fortnite in order to play. Fortnite's Battle Royale mode lands next week on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, which means it's actually going to beat the real Battlegrounds to consoles. Fortnite isn't the only game to do this. Grand Theft Auto developer Rockstar Games recently added several Battleground-style modes to GTA Online in the new Gun Running and Smuggler's Run updates, and don't be surprised if other AAA games do something similar. After all, when a game is as popular as Battlegrounds, you know it's going to start a few trends. The game is currently in early access on the PC, with the finished version set to arrive before the end of the year. It will deploy on the Xbox One around the same time. The makers of Life is Strange are sucking it up for their next big project. French developer Don't Nod Entertainment has delayed their new action RPG Vampir. It was originally slated to arrive this November, but they've pushed it back until spring 2018, saying that they need more time to ensure the quality of the game and address several technical issues that have come up during development. Vampir, as you may have guessed, is a vampire game, and the concept sounds kind of like a cross between Dexter and Dracula. Players take the role of a doctor in early 20th century London who's unwillingly turned into a vampire, forcing him to kill in order to survive. However, to ensure that you only suck the life out of deserving targets, players will have the ability to research their victims beforehand, similar to how you could investigate the world around you in Don't Nod's previous game, Life is Strange. Hopefully it doesn't suck, although it's a vampire game, so I guess hopefully it does suck. We'll have more details as they come in. Don't Nod is also working on a sequel to Life is Strange, although no release window for that has been named. Some juicy new details about the Game of Thrones spin-offs have come in. With the hit show set to come to an end in its upcoming 8th season, reports surfaced earlier this year that HBO is developing a handful of different spin-off shows set within the same universe. At the time, the network revealed that they had no less than 4 separate teams of writers developing different spin-off ideas simultaneously, with the plan to take the best ideas and use them for the new show or shows. Now, Entertainment Weekly reports that HBO has begun working on a 5th potential spin-off, which is being written by Game of Thrones co-executive producer Brian Cogman. We still don't know how many of these different spin-off ideas will actually be turned into shows, but given the success of Game of Thrones, it's no surprise that HBO wants more. We're getting a better idea of what to expect from the shows as well. Writing on his official blog, Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin reveals that all of the new spin-off ideas are prequels set before the events of the novels and show, and they will all explore exciting periods in Westeros history. That could mean that the new show or shows will borrow elements from the various short stories that Martin has written exploring the time period before the main books, and they could also be inspired by elements from the companion book, A World of Ice and Fire. Expect more details as the spin-offs continue development. The 8th and final season of Game of Thrones is expected to premiere in late 2018 or early 2019. And with Game of Thrones coming to an end, HBO subscribers will soon be able to watch The Watchmen. The cable giant has officially ordered a pilot episode for a new TV series based on the iconic graphic novel Watchmen, which was first turned into a movie in 2009. Rumors about the show first surfaced earlier this year, with reports that HBO was joining forces once again with The Leftovers co-creator Damon Lindelof to develop the adaptation. Now we know it's the real deal, with Lindelof himself confirming that pre-production has begun. Adapting Watchmen isn't going to be easy. It's one of the most influential, if not the most influential, comic books of all time. It takes place in an alternate history version of the United States where superheroes are real, and the story, like the other works of author Alan Moore, explores heavy themes like the consequences of vigilante justice consciousness and the existential dilemmas that would arise from having superpowers. The 2009 film adaptation was pretty faithful to the book, although it was forced to scale the story down quite a bit, so maybe the TV series will be able to stay even closer to the source material. There's no word yet on when the pilot episode will be finished, and it remains to be seen if HBO will give it a full series order. The maker of Get Out is about to mess with the scariest white people of all time. Get Out writer-director Jordan Peele is developing a TV series called The Hunt, which will focus on a team of Americans who track down and apprehend former Nazis in the 1970s. This seems like ripe territory for a series given how many Nazis escaped at the end of World War II, and anyone who's seen Get Out knows that Peele isn't afraid to explore sensitive or controversial subject matter. But why might hunting Nazis be controversial? According to The Hollywood Reporter, Peele came up with the idea following the recent events in Charlottesville, Virginia, where a group of neo-Nazis held a violent rally and murdered a peaceful counter-protester. Don't be surprised if the new show is an allegory for current events like this. There's no word yet on what networks might be interested in the new show, but Jordan Peele is in high demand following the huge critical and box office success of Get Out earlier this year.
Action.
That's it for the rundown today. If you'd like to learn more about game design, visit our friends at VFS.edu. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new rundown for you, but in the meantime, we've got lots of other cool things for you to watch. If you dig them, hit subscribe.